The first time I got invited to the Apollo, I was homeless and I almost didn't make it because I didn't have the money. I ended up getting a gig a day before, made 150 bucks, flew to Harlem, walked in. They put me in the dressing room on the 6th floor. This is my first time on TV ever. I'm in the dressing room, and that night I meet some people who are famous now. I meet a guy named D.L. Hughley, who was one of the original kings of comedy with me. I met this dude named Jamie Foxx. None of us knew each other. We just met, wished each other well. D.L. got booed that night. Jamie Foxx got booed that night. I got a standing ovation that night. 2 weeks later, they invited me back. I went up there, I got another standing ovation. A month later, Mark Curry was the host of Showtime at the Apollo. He got a TV show on ABC called Hanging with Mr. Cooper. And he couldn't make it the first night. They asked me would I come and host amateur night. It was the most unbelievable call I ever got. I go up there, I host amateur night. They asked me to stick around the next night. I hosted that show so good. The next night when Mark came, he got booed. The audience was going, "Where is Steve?" Now, I'm a young dude, man. I'm standing here, man. I'm in the back. And so Mark got mad and said he got sick and had to go. And the fourth show that night, they put me back out on stage. Me walking back, having not, well, I was supposed to go home, but I didn't really have enough money to go home, so I stayed in New York. I was gonna hustle and catch some trains, and you know, I used to know how to hustle, so I could get some money and get back, but, because I stayed, the dude just, he said, "Man, this is incredible. Let me have your phone number." I gave my phone number. I went to my hotel and he called and he said, "We're gonna tape 3 weeks in a row. We'd like to make an offer for you to be the host of Amateur Night on Showtime at the Apollo." I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." He said, "No, we have to talk to your agent and we have to determine the fee." I don't have a fucking agent. I don't give a what the fee is. When you said fee, I'm in, cause I'm homeless, and fee, I don't give a what it is. They said, "Well, the most we can pay you, and we apologize, this is all we have. We're gonna pay you $1,100 a show." I said, "How many shows do we do in the weekend?" He said, 12. I said, "I'm finna get $12,000. I signed that contract so fast, man. And then I did 2 years at the Apollo. I got invited to Montreal Comedy Festival. And I go up there, and they had a night called Danger Night, which means you had to go up for 10 minutes and do no material, which is my specialty. So I went up there and I killed. That night, ABC saw me and said, "Would you come to the Four Seasons Hotel tomorrow?" I walk in the Four Seasons Hotel the next day. They said, "We want to sign you to a holding deal to do a TV show in Los Angeles." What? They said, "We don't want you talking to Fox, CBS, anybody. We're gonna pay you a holding deal." I said, how much is that?" He said, "We'll give you $50,000. So I peed on myself a little bit. Skeet, just skeet. I thought he was bullshitting. I'd never seen $50,000. A dude went in the back room and came out and handed me a check for $50,000. I performed the next night. I caught a bus home. I went to the bank. Remember, you had to put a check in the bank for 7 days. I walk in the bank, they know me. I got a check for $50,000. That lady went. I can't tell you what she actually said, but it was very derogatory, because she knew good and hell well I ain't got no $50,000. I deposited the bank. 7 days later, it cleared. She said, okay, so how many accounts would you like to open? I don't want to open I want to make a withdrawal. They said, well, how much would you like? How much in there? She said, sir, this is $50,000. I said, I want all of it right now. She want a cashier check? I don't even know what the that is. I need all that money right now. She said, you come back in 2 hours, we'll have it. I took $50,000 cash. She said, sir, the neighborhood we in, this isn't very safe for you to walk around $50,000. I said, lady, I got 4 dudes out there in that car. I promise you, I'm gonna get out of here with this here money right here. I gave him $500 to go to the bank with me so I could get the money. I'm gonna get safe. $50,000, went out there, got on TV, been on TV ever since.